everybody, welcome to the Vitruvian Live. Today is August 1st, August 2020, the year of COVID-19. It sucks. August is going to suck big time. I'm sorry about it. Especially, it will suck for me, mostly. And you will see that all on this vlog that I make each so many other days. Anyhow, let's be positive. Let's talk about the game design, or the attempt to do game design. You might remember that I have been working for years already on Kissy Cat, which is a game that is not published yet or anything. It's almost where it should be without having the help of real company to make it better. But at this moment, I'm done with it for now. It happens. It happened before, and it will happen again. At this moment, no more Kissy Cat for a while until I find the motivation to work on it again. But last week I was lying awake. Oh, I slept so bad because my brain was working and was thinking about so many things. And one of those things was a new game idea that I had. And that game idea was inspired by these pictures that someone I know draws for his movie website called movies.be, movies with two O's, because it uses cow puns and all that stuff. And he also is a guy that can draw quite well, and he has made a comic even, but he also sometimes draws these drawings with cows that are connected to movies. I will put an example right over here. So this artwork inspired me to maybe do something with it, and I was thinking about it, and I thought, hey, okay, so cows, movies, let's make a set collection game about having the best movie collection, Blu-rays or whatever. So I was thinking, how can I do that? I had some ideas that were discarded very, very, very fast. And then I came with the idea of this game a little bit, inspired by Biblios. If you don't know Biblios, check it out. It is a cool bidding set collection kind of game. I don't tend to like bidding, but I like it in that game quite a bit. So Biblios, that's one of the big inspirations of this game. Of this idea for a design, and Ex Libris, where you are trying to have the best book collection, and it uses some ideas of that as well. It's not a shame to use ideas or mechanisms from different games. That's how these things work. But also, it's good to acknowledge that. I must say myself, and that's why I acknowledge Biblios and Ex Libris. So anyhow, at this moment I'm making my first prototype, which is very fast. Normally I tend to wait very long until I make a prototype, but I'm already making my cards here for my initial idea. What is this idea about? So as I said, you're trying to have the best collection, a movie collection, which will be a shelf, which will be a grid 4x4 maximum. So you will have a maximum of 16 movies in your collection at the end of the game. Now, how this game works is, at the beginning of the game, you will start with probably already 2 cards in your collection to have a guideline, maybe an idea of where your collection might go. And you have this board in the middle of the table, and I'm so proud of this board because I pasted it on cardboard to make it sturdy. It's not just a piece of paper. Well, it is, but it isn't. Anyhow, so what the main idea of this game is, the player who will be a starting player in a round will draw the top card of the deck and will choose one of the 4 spots on the board to place it. Now, the first and the third spot, they might change positions in the future. They have cards placed face up. The second one here, you place a card face down, and there will be tokens with a clue on them. So the player placing this card here will pay 1 coin. That's an initial bid of 1 coin, and they will place a token giving 1 clue about the movie that's on this card. Now, movies have different things. They have, of course, a title, which is not important in this game, but they will have a year when they were made, going from 1980 to 2019, 2 movies of each year. They will have a genre, which is action, sci-fi, drama, comedy, and animation. That's the 5 that I'm using. And they will have an action that is connected to the genre. Each movie that's sci-fi will have this action here. I'm not going to go into the actions at this moment, but that's what it is. These are important for set collection: the year, the genre, and also maybe they have won an Oscar, or in this game it will be called an Academy Award, because every card will have a cow pun. Every movie will have a cow pun, so that's why it's a big search to find 80 movies. There are 80 cards, and each card, each year has 2 movies, so I have to find 2 movies of each year from 1980 to 2019, a movie that can have a cow pun. I have some already here, like the Minority Report, The Last Samurai, Finding Nemo. There's a lot of with Moo in there, Armageddon, for example, as well, the Mootrix, Gladiatoro instead of Gladiator, and all that stuff. So there's also a bunch of cards that don't have a title yet. It's going to be a challenge. But anyway, it's not important at this stage of the prototyping, right? So the blind card here, the face down card, there will be one clue: a decade, a genre, or a Academy Award winner or not. For example, that's where it is at this moment. If a player takes a card and chooses to place it in the 4th spot, they place it, and I'm so proud of this, they place it in this spot in here, so that only the action is visible here. Okay, so at the end of this phase, each player will have chosen a card and place it on a free available space. So the later you are in turn order, the less choice you will have where to place it. So, and then we'll go to the next phase, which is the bidding phase for this card. You're going to bid for that card. And the player who placed it here already has placed a bid of 1 coin there. Then we go around the table, and you can bid higher and higher until everybody passes. The highest bid will win this card. So if that has happened, we go to the next phase, and that is the player who chose this card gets to buy this card. At this moment, there also will be a random coin token here with values. I'm not sure which values, 1, 2, maybe maximum 3, and that will change the cost of this card. Although that might be a problem because I'm working with a closed economy, that the player choosing this card doesn't have enough money to buy this card. So I'm still in doubt how I'm going to do that. Maybe it's not a face down money token. Maybe you already know how much this card will cost exactly. That might be a better idea. So it is a cost of 4 maximum, maybe the tokens are minus tokens. So if you have a token of 2 on there, the card will still cost you 2. Maybe, I'm not sure yet, still working on this one. Player who won the bid takes this one, and these players will get to place the cards or the movies into their grid 4x4. They can place it wherever they want, but it's hard to move them. There are some things that you can move them with, but placement is important for your end score. The player who chose this card, well, he doesn't get this card, but he will get the money, and I'm thinking for now he will get the highest of these 2 paid amounts. So if this card was more expensive than this one, then this player removes this card from the game and gets the coins that were paid for the most expensive of these 2. The other player here will get to do the action that's underneath this card, and will get the lowest amount of money of these 2. Then this card will go into a bin, into a sales bin, and after a round, if the round is over and there are 4 cards in the sales bin, the player with the least amount of movies in their collection will get first choice of these 4 titles. They will choose 1 card. They will either put that card into their collection, or they will do the action that is underneath the card. actions allow, for example, allow you to move cards to an adjacent spot, to switch a movie card from your collection with card in the bin. I'm still thinking about that because the bin might be empty or it might be only one card. So I'm still thinking maybe doing something else with that action. You can get just a coin token that allows you to take money from the player with the most money. Or you can get a victory point token, which is just point at the end of the game, which might win you the game in the end. That's where I am at this. Oh, and the last action was to have a token that you can use whenever you want, before the bidding phase probably, to take a look at this face down card before you bid on it. So that's what I'm working with. At the end of maybe 18 rounds, because you already start with 2 cards. I think at the end of 18 rounds the game ends and the players will score depending on the movies in their collection, each genre will score in a different way. I still have to figure that out. It might be that if you have 1 of animation, you score 1 point. If you have 2, you score 3 points, and going up and up. But some will score depending on where they are. Maybe some genres will want to be in corners. Maybe some genres want to be completely surrounded by other genres. Some want to be maybe in adjacent to each other. I don't know yet, but it will have to do with placement. And at the end of the game, that will score you money, score you points, together with the point tokens that you got during the game. That's the idea so far. It's a lot, I know. And that's why I'm making this video, because I'm feeling pretty okay with this idea. I'm not trying to say very good, because I have imposter syndrome when it comes to designing games. I've got more things where I got that syndrome. But anyway, I was thinking, how does this pitch sound? It is terrible pitched, I know. It's still so fresh in my mind and still so new. That's why I'm making this prototype as early as I can. What do you think of this idea? Maybe it didn't make any sense at all. Let me know as well in the comments. But also, maybe you like it, maybe you don't like it, but let me know. But the second thing is, would some of you be interested in me doing a series on this channel, like a designer diary, which I would, of course, with the cowpuns would call a designer diary, about this game, where I will talk about how it is advancing, maybe about new ideas that I got, maybe changes that I made, obstacles that I got to, problems that I cannot figure out myself. And that's where you might come in then. If I do that series, you can help me. You can tell me what your ideas are, what might be better to do instead of things that I'm doing now. And in the end, we might have a real game, folks. I'm going to contact my friend who does the movie drawings. I'm already going to contact him, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know when, to ask if he's interested, if this game will be playable, if he's interested of doing artwork, because I need 80 pieces of artwork. If he's interested of making this a project for himself as well, who knows, we'll see. But for now, I want you to tell me if you are interested in a designer diary series about movies. That's the working title of this game, movies with 2 O's. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this, and I'm curious to find out what you think. Thank you for watching today, and I hope to see you all next time. See you all in the future. Bye bye.